Okay, so here we have the Omcan Deep Fryer. For this demo video, I am not going to put the legs on because it can go with legs or casters, up to you guys. But I'm going to show you how it comes. This is basically how it comes off on delivery, and I'm going to show you the parts that will be added onto it. There should be about 3 main parts that you'll need to assemble upon arrival, once the gas line is hooked up. The first part is going to be the smaller kind of exhaust piece, and that is going to just fit right onto here, just like that. And there are screws that come with the unit that you'll just screw in at the back here, 2 screws. Once that is screwed in, then you'll put the external exhaust part on. Make sure the instructions are facing the right way. That goes around the back. You're going to see that there's a little bit of a cutout where the corners are, and that's going to be placed over top like so. You'll see that there are some holes inside that you can line up, and you then screw it in the back here. There's 2 holes at the back, 2 on the sides, so 6 holes altogether. Again, all the screws are included, and that's basically the main assembly of it. The next piece is the basket fryer holder, and that will, you can simply see that there are 2 holes here that will go flush here, just slide down, and this is you don't screw these in so that it's removable to clean. So once that's in, that's it. You'll then have this rack here that will go inside the unit just to sit on top of the heating elements, and that was something for your baskets to rest on. So upon arrival, I should mention that there will be a little bit of oil that the manufacturer puts in just for storage purposes and to keep the quality up to standard. So don't be alarmed if you see a little bit of oil that is already in there. It's just from the manufacturer. Again, for this video, I'm not going to take it out of the plastic, but here are the 2 baskets that it'll come with. They fit nicely in there, and when you're not using them, that's what that part is for. Again, it'll be a lot more sturdy once those are screwed in, but this is going to go back into a demo, so I didn't want to make it seem used. Inside the unit, you'll see that you have the release valve. This is how you drain the oil. It also will come with a pipe that you'll screw in, which I will show you. Just like that, thread that through. Again, with the legs or casters, you will have more room from the bottom. Just like that. Don't expect it to go all the way through. As long as it's majority in there, it should be fine, no leakage. Just remember that it has to be a heat-proof bucket or metal bin that you empty the oil in, especially if it's hot. So once this is screwed in, you can slowly open up the valve by turning the handle down. If it's flowing fast, do not open it all the way. If it's flowing slow, you can open it up more. And to close it, you just go all the way back. So also, once the unit has been assembled, you'll notice that underneath here, there's a pilot button. This is going to be coming as an off switch. You can see the red indicator here is where basically whatever's pointing at that will be what position you'll be in. So right now it's on off. When you get it to light the pilot, you're going to turn to pilot. You are then going to hold this to let the gas go in, or sorry, you're going to push that in to let the gas flow through, and then right up here, you see this part? Right up here is where you're going to light the pilot, so that this is where the flame will go to then light the rest of the burners. So you hold that for about 15 to 20 seconds so that the gas can flow through the unit. And then once that pilot is lit and held for about 15-20 seconds, you can let go of it. It should stay lit, and at that point there, you're going to flip it to the on. And that will remain on as long as your gas is flowing. You want this to remain on so that your pilot is continuing to burn off the gas and not have it leak out anywhere. From that point on, once the pilot is lit, you can then turn on to the desired temperature that you like. 350 is usually the correct temperature that most people use it at. And then when you're done using the unit, you can leave that on, and all you have to do is turn it off. You can hear there's a little bit of a click when you turn it on, and that will already ignite the rest of the burners. Go. So when it comes to cleaning and changing the oil to oil, what you are going to want to do, so you take out your baskets. If the oil is hot, obviously you're going to want to use tongs or some sort of tool to pull this out. That can go to the sink to get cleaned. Then you'll then have this pipe here that will attach to the bottom here, and you'll just thread that in. Just like that. So once you put that pipe on, you are going to want to make sure that you have whatever container that you were dumping the oil in. You want to make sure that either one, you have enough to fit the whole fryer amount of oil in, or you want to make sure that you do not walk away whenever you are draining, and then if you need to close it, if the bucket is filled, you can close it when you need to with this lever here. And then just do batches of draining it. When you open it, you're basically just turning it like that, and that will let the oil flow through. And to close it, you turn it back like that. So once the oil is all drained, you can spray it with degreaser with this spray bottle. Then you can fill this up with water up to about the min level. And you can add another cup of degreaser in with the water, as well as what's around the unit, anywhere there's bits and stuff that you want to clean. And then you want to actually turn the fryer back on when this thing closed and let it boil for about 15 minutes. Once that process is done, you can then turn it off and let it drain again. Be careful, it will be hot. And then you want to, once the degreaser water has been drained out, you then want to fill it up again with water and about a cup of vinegar, and that will help sterilize and help remove any leftover degreaser and such. Once that is drained out, you can then get a cloth and clean it out, wipe it down. It should be much easier to clean and get off little bits. And then you can once that is cleaned, you can fill it up with your clean oil. Now, if there's any water that's left in the unit, it will, when you turn on the oil, it may splatter a little bit. So you want to get as much of the water out of the unit before you put the oil in. But if it does splatter a little bit, don't be alarmed. It shouldn't be harmful unless there's a lot of water in there, because water, again, and oil do not mix. When you do fill up the water, you can see, or the oil, you can see that there's three levels here. There's minimum, there's the oil level, and there's maximum. Obviously, you want to be right in between. When you put cold oil in, you don't want it past this oil level, because remember, the oil will expand when it gets hot. So make sure that it's no more past the oil level when it's cold oil going in. When you are boiling the pot with degreaser, you can keep your fryers in there, and it'll help clean it as well, or you can just take them right to your sink. As well as this piece here is removable. And that can go to the sink to be cleaned as well. Putting it back just the way you took it apart, and that's basically it.